don't feel like that's the healthiest thing to do.
No, it's not.
It's not healthy to blame yourself because you're human. At the end of the day, you have to give yourself grace, especially in the factors of like sexual chemistry. Like when you're around people, you know, you set this boundary, you're like, I'm not going to do this, and then you feel the sexual tension and the sexual chemistry, and it's like, you can lick it.
Right.
But don't stick it. The next thing you know,
you can lick it and stick it. Right.
You can stick it. I didn't mean, but get the condom.
You know what really kills me is like, you know, you say you don't want to go do nothing, but you go over there and he's like, well, let me give you a massage. You know, start rubbing on your neck.
But dudes don't do well with foreplay. Like foreplay is some bullshit. That's the only thing. It's almost like with boundaries when you go to a guy's house and you set a boundary, you almost need to go over there and be like, don't touch me.
Right. No, seriously.
Because if they touch you, you know they're just going to keep like
touching and keep touching until they get down and further down.
It starts with a kiss. And then it's on your neck. And then it's on your titty.
On your nipples.
And the next thing you know, he down there. Mm-hmm. And the next thing you know, you're fucking with your legs up in the air. Like, it makes no sense. I hate to say it,
not
but
the legs up. No,
with your legs up.
Or you're bent over on the couch. Like, sometime it happens.
Oh, that's how you like it. Oh. That's how you like it. Huh?
That's how I like it. Hey, y'all, don't mind us.
Like, the reality is that, like, when it comes to boundaries, like, I don't want to say that there's somebody to blame. Mm-hmm. I don't personally feel like we as people, like women, are going to blame yourselves really hard.
Right.
And I think one of the things that's actually wild that's playing through my head is whenever you told me in the comments, a girl was like, half of my body count.
Half of my body count from that.
So then it's like, damn, are we even really feeling like we are choosing to have sex?
It's like, you know what, fuck it.
Yeah. Are we choosing to have sex? Like,
just do it. Just do it. Like, you know.
Because I like when I walk into the room and I have that sexual chemistry with somebody and I'm like, I want to do this. Like, I feel completely comfortable.
I agree.
I 100% agree with doing this. Like, I don't want to get up from the bed feeling like, hand me my underwear.
Right. Like feeling real uncomfortable because you really didn't want to do it in the first place.
Right.
But you end up doing it. It's like, man, all right, whatever. It happened. Fuck it.
Right. And this is like, you know, what we have to definitely stress. Now, there is some case scenarios that this conversation has a very thin line where it can become real rapey real quick. Real rapey. Because sometimes, like, if a woman says no, no means no.
Right.
If a woman, like, there's a big difference between, like, going against your boundaries and then also, like, saying no. That doesn't mean, now, that's a different conversation for a different day, but I do want to disclaimer that. If a woman says no and y'all are in the midst of, you know, heat of kissing and stuff and it's getting passionate and she says no and you still keep pushing, that's rapey. That's rapey. However, this is specifically talking about when a woman says, like, sets the tone before, like, I'm not trying to do that. And then in the course of hanging with you, being with you, now it's like, you know, all right, we can do it.
Right.
Like, I agree to doing this. Is agreeable. I want that to be known because I feel like sometimes people hear it and they're like, somebody's going to listen to this episode and they're going to be like, oh, yeah, women, they always act like they don't want it, but they're going to do it. Like, nah, nigga.
Right.
If I said motherfucking no.
I
said no. And back the fuck up.
Back the fuck up. Because they be wanting
to damn near kick them sometimes. That's what, I be feeling so bad because I be like, I'm about to put my deep voice on. Nigga, back the fuck up.
Not the nigga. Deep voice.
Get up off me, nigga.
Nigga. Hold on, y'all. Because she just made her deep voice.
But that's because it be like, yo, I told you. But when it comes to, like, boundaries, this is, like, completely, like, I set the tone. Like, I didn't want to do this when I went over there. But when I got over there, my mind changed because of, like, you doing different stuff. Like, you start kissing in certain
your
places.
Mind changes.
And we're human.
Because they try to play victim, y'all. Don't get me wrong. They try to act all upset. I'm like, oh, well, I haven't had none in a long time. You haven't gave me none or this and that. Don't fall for it.
Now, I'm going to ask...
don't fall for it.
I'm going to ask an adult, because you're an adult. I'm going to ask an adult a childish question.
I'm a child.
I'm done. So, the childish question is, do you feel like sometimes you give in because you want the guy to like you more? And it's not childish. It's just a question that I feel like high schoolers usually get.
Sometimes, you know... Sometimes it be like that. You know, you do give in because you do like the dude and you want him to like you more. Yes. But sometimes I just give in because it's like, I don't want to hear the motherfucker complain. Like, you feel me? Like, why are you even begging for the pussy? Is it that real?
Why would you be begging? And I think the thing for me, like, I don't give in because I want you to like me more. I'll say I definitely know I don't do that. For me, it's like, I get to a certain point where I'm like, I don't want to hear him complain. That's one thing. Because if it's a late at night, it's like, damn, nigga, leave me alone. But then also after hours of you kissing all on me and now I'm like horny too, like, now it's like, okay, like, you've been doing this all night. Like, now I want some.
Right.
But I would say the reason why I say I don't have sex with him to like me more is because I feel like I'm getting now in my older age, I have done that.
Right.
I don't want to seem like I'm superwoman and I know I've never had sex with a guy to like me more. I've done it before, but in my older age, I feel like if you fucking like me, you would listen to me.
Definitely, when I was younger, that definitely was some things that happened. I mean, like right now, I'm learning to become better at my boundaries. But definitely, when I was younger, definitely was like, I want him to like me more, so why not?
Boundaries are hard.
Boundaries are definitely hard.
Boundaries are really hard because you set the tone for yourself and in your clear-minded state when nothing's affecting you, when you don't have an exterior force or I don't want to sound too fucking like centric with it, exterior force, but when you don't have anybody else influencing what you're thinking, when it's just you and you're at peace and you're sitting by yourself and you're saying to yourself, I'm done with this shit. I don't want to keep fucking these dudes that don't really give a fuck about me. I want to be with somebody who really truly cares about me. So right now when I kick it with a dude, regardless where it's at and stuff, I'm not going to go over there and let him just do that. Like I'm, in your own, you sit there in your mind by yourself and that's the tone you set. But then when you get in the room with the exterior forces and, the influences of other things. And like I said, I'm a grown ass woman. You start kissing on me for hours. Like,
first of all, why are you even kissing on me for hours?
You started at midnight. It's 4 a.m. and you still kissing. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like,
first
now.
First of all, it should never be that long kissing.
There's a river.
After about 25 minutes, right.
I was born by the river.
In a little tent.
But, I just think that boundaries can be really, really difficult. And they're hard to set. I'm really working on mine this year. And I think what I really appreciated about her video was that it was just like transparent. Like, I suck at boundaries. I suck at boundaries. And I feel her when I feel that. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm amazing with boundaries. Oh, no, I know what I want to do. But what I will say, what I want to give, like, I don't want to give tips because, I don't like giving advice, but I will give some tips. When you set your boundaries, sometimes you almost got to know yourself.
Right.
So, like, for instance, if I go on a first date, I don't do first dates at the crib. I don't do first. You're not going to fucking talk me into watching a movie on your couch as our first date. First off, if I don't fucking know you that well, why the fuck am I coming over to watch a movie at your house? I don't even know you that well. You can't take me to Starbucks? Like, because they act like, oh, everybody want Eddie V's. Yeah, you can meet me.
You could take me to the damn Dave and Buster's. Let's meet at the movies. Let's go to the park. We don't even have to be spending money for real.
We can get ice cream. But that's like a boundary I put in place for myself. So like if it comes to a guy, if I know there's a guy I don't want to have sex with yet, like maybe I'm just not there yet. Maybe I really want to get to know this guy because I truly do feel like having sex with people early disturbs the peace of getting to know them the way that you want to get to know them because you skip to this sexual relationship and it's really hard to come back from that.
Right.
So I'll do other things like we can hang out here, we can do this, we can do that. Right. If I do decide to come to your house, I might have to really warrior myself up. Mm-hmm. Like, you start kissing them. I ain't want to do that. You have to nip it in the butt quick. But you gotta learn, yourself. And then also, like, learn the guys that you're talking to because you want a respectful guy. You don't want a guy who's going to keep fucking trying all night. Like, if I said, like, I don't really want to, now you becoming rapey if you keep trying me. Like,
I mean, how many times do you have to say no for a guy to really be like, oh, you really don't want it?
And I think the thing is, it's the moment you agree and it's like, all right. But like, for real, when no means no at the end of the day. And it's like, and I think that's a good point. Like, prior to you getting there too, no means no to yourself. Right. Like, so it's like, it's hard. Like, your boundaries are, I suck at boundaries. I know I suck at boundaries.
But as we're getting older, our boundaries are going to become way better.
Yeah, because we've been through some shit.
We've been through a lot of shit. And, you got to let that old stuff go.
I've been through some shit. I've been through some shit, man.
We all been through some shit.
Why we really wanted to talk about this one is because I do feel like it's very important for women, young women, older women, women our age. I guess we would be mid-age women. I don't know.
Oh no, I'm 30, y'all. She thinks I'm the oldest lady on the earth.
She old. But it's really important for us to give ourselves grace when it comes to boundaries because some of these things that we be fighting, these be shifts from our childhood that we don't even realize. Like, you think you can't really fight boundaries. It's because you probably had a hard time fighting boundaries with the authority that you had as a child growing up. Like, being able to speak up for yourself or being able to be your own advocate. Right. It's really, really hard. And we're learning and we're trying to figure it out as we go. So give yourself grace and, mess with people who respect you, because if you do tell somebody that you don't want to mess with them in that type of capacity, and you get over there and their main objective is to switch your mind and change your mind and get you out of your comfort zone when you already set the tone for your comfort zone, you don't need that person in your life. No. You don't.